Welcome everyone to my third video on By Charlotte Nye. So today I'm gonna talk about how to cop some sneakers. So for all of you who are beginners, who don't have that much experience with it, I thought I'd talk to you about the basics, like first how to find the new hot releases, which accounts to follow, how to enter a bunch of raffles, how to participate on the Nike raffles on the release date. I really hope you'll enjoy that. And yeah, let's begin with number one. So how do you find the cooler sneakers? So what I really recommend is following a bunch of Instagram accounts who will post all about the new releases. So I believe that one of the most important Instagram accounts to follow is Hypebeast. So you can see it here. So they will always post about rumored releases, and if for example a brand will post some pictures or somebody will leak some pictures, they'll share it with you. So it's already important to have like an idea of what will be coming out in the future. So another account I use a lot of time is Sneakers Cup. So they will always post about the new releases and how they look like, which colorway they are, which is the release date, Europe and America, because they often have different release dates. And they will also tell you about the retail price, the eventual resale price, so if you're looking to resell your shoes. So yeah, I think that's very important to follow those accounts. So secondly, I'm gonna show you how to cop a pair. So what I do is first I'll enter a bunch of raffles. So raffles are really important because it's very hard to cop on the release date, because usually bots will snatch up every pair they can get. So the best chance of you actually getting a pair is via raffles. So I'm gonna share with you my top 10 Instagram pages and brands that do raffles regularly. So the brand that I actually win the most is Sneaker and Stuff, and they're a Swedish brand, and they have an app which I use all the time, which is literally SNS. So you open your app, and if you go on the side, let me open this. If you go onto feed, you can go scroll down, and then you can see all the different releases that were coming out. And if you just go on sign up, then you can select your shoe size. Either you want it online or pick up. So I always do online, because clearly I don't live in one of the big cities where they have their own shop. And yeah, and I think that is my favorite one. So I found this brand in March of 2020, which is when I started to enter their raffles. And I counted, and I actually entered 77 raffles, and I won 12 raffles. So that is actually a very good number. And you can look up here and you can see all the sneakers I won with them. And that means that 15% of the time I actually won the sneaker, which is the highest rate that I've gotten so far. And I find them really cool. And yeah, so number two is BSTN. So I always have my internet page open, so I can always check if they have new releases, and then it's very easy, just fill out the form, and if you win, you get an email that you actually did win, and then you can choose whether or not you want to buy the shoes. So I find it very practical, because sometimes you're not so sure, and if you do decide not to buy them, then it's not a problem and you just don't have to pay it. This is actually the first place where I actually won a pair of sneakers. And in total, till now, I only won 3 times. Still better than nothing. And here you can see all the sneakers I won with them. So number 3 is SoleBox. So I believe they have one in Munich, which is where I live. I would recommend for you to follow their account, their Instagram account, which is just called SoleBox. And then they will always share in their stories their new raffles, and you just have to swipe up and fill out the form. And if you do win, then you have to pick up personally the pair in their store. I have won 4 times. I definitely recommend entering if you do live in one of the cities. Number 4 is End. So they are an English brand, and they will always do online raffles. The negative side is that they overcharge everything, and I find it pretty, I don't know how I feel about it, because I mean, as a person, if I just want a pair for myself, I wouldn't want to pay overpriced, you know. Like, I got the Air Force One skeletons from there, and the retail price was 130 euros, but there on End I had to pay 190 euros. So I mean, they do overcharge a lot, and I do feel that it's not very nice if you're just a normal consumer. I mean, I do understand that if you're a reseller, it is technically fair, because why shouldn't they get a part of the profit? Then my number 5 is KICKZS. So they're a German brand. They have online raffles or in-store raffles, and yeah, I think they're really good. I've won twice there. I've won the Jordan Mid Light Bulb that you can see now, and I have won the Jordan 3 in collaboration with Fragments that you can now see too. Yeah, I think they're actually pretty fine. Just the only negative part is that once you enter their online raffle or their in-store raffle, you have to confirm with PayPal, and then they will block your money until the raffle date or even a couple days afterwards. So number 6 is A Few. So they are also an online brand, and they have their online raffle forms, and I have never won with them, but I do keep trying. You never know if you will one day win with them. So number 7 is 34 Hype. So they're a German store based in Fulda and in Stuttgart, I believe. And yeah, they also have their online raffles that you can always enter. And for now, I haven't actually won anything with them, but I have purchased in their store in Fulda some Yeezys already. So yeah, I know they're good for it and definitely worth a try there. Number 8 is Asphalt Gold. Again, another German brand. And yeah, I have never won there, but they also have always their Instagram raffles where they will post the shoe, and you just have to write underneath your size and link like 1 or 2 accounts, and they will enter you in the raffle, and if you win, they will contact you via direct message. Then number 9 is the Adidas app. So I recommend them only if you want to buy Yeezys. So they will usually, for all the general releases, they will launch an online raffle, and you just have to enter with your PayPal, and if you do win, they will directly take the money off your account. I have won there twice, and you can see up here which Yeezys I have won. So number 10, last but not least, it's JD Sports. So once again, this is a very good brand if you do want to buy Yeezys. And yeah, I've won 2 pair of Yeezys there. You can see them now here. And yeah, I do recommend trying, you know, the more the merrier. So now that we entered all the raffles that you could find, here comes the release date. So on the release date, you have to have the Nike app. I would always recommend to look at your app beforehand and scroll and be active on there, because this will actually, I've heard at least, play a role in getting a pair. You just have to find the pair of shoe that you like. I recommend liking it and telling you to get a reminder. On the release date at 9 o'clock, you have different types of releases. So you can have a Leo release, which it looks like just a normal release. So in the first minutes of this Leo release, all the people that have entered will then randomly be picked out. So there is always a chance of you being picked out, even though you didn't enter like the first second. So I definitely recommend always entering. You never know if you're gonna win something. And then the second type of release, which is usually the one that they will do for hyped pairs, is raffle release, where you have 15 minutes to enter, and after those 15 minutes they will randomly choose people to win. And once again, at the beginning, when you download the app, your chances of winning is very low because you haven't really purchased anything with them, you aren't very active. But after a certain amount of time, you will start winning stuff. So I have actually won a lot of pairs with them. In total, I have won 11 pairs in 1 year, which is really a lot actually. It's almost as much as on SNS. Let's look at what I won. So here you can see all the pairs I won. So I won the Jordan 1 Satin Snake. I won the Jordan 1's Japan. I won the collaboration with Stussy, with Off-White. So even though a lot of people say that it's impossible to get a win on there, I have actually experienced a lot of wins. So I definitely recommend you entering there on the date. So yeah. Now, number 3, what would you do if you still get a lose on everything? So this is very common, you know. It's very hard to get a pair even though you put so much time and effort in entering a bunch of raffles, getting up early just to enter on the Nike app. You still usually do not get the pair you want. So what you can always do if you really want that pair is get your pair from a reseller. So either you can go on websites such as StockX, like KICKZS, or you can find on Instagram. There are a bunch of reseller pages there. Or if you live in Germany, you have eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is a platform where private people can sell to other private people their pairs, and that's where I actually sell my pairs. So yeah, here you can see my page if you're interested. I'm selling a bunch of pairs that I own right now. So yeah. So guys, I really hope this helped you. If you didn't know that much, if you already knew about it, then yeah, I hope it still was interesting for you guys. Let me know if you're interested in eventually me talking about how to cop some Nike SB pairs, because winning there is very different because they don't release on other resellers except Nike at skate shops. So I have 1-2 pairs there, and I think if you're interested, let me know in the comments. By the way guys, I managed yesterday to get 2 pair of dunks. You know, there were 4 that released. You had the Coast, you had the UNVLs, and then you had those varsity grays and retro grays, and I managed to get those 2, so all the gray ones, the highs. And yeah, they've been shipped out today from Belgium, so I think they'll be coming in the next days. So once they arrive, I'll make a video about that. I hope you'll enjoy that too. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. It's very much appreciated from me, and have a nice day.